Dubai became an obsession of mine for over a period of a couple of years, and I read lots about the city and kind of allowed myself to be bombarded by the images that they were putting out there, you know, sort of the PR of Dubai in a way. And then I started researching on the internet more about, you know, the sides of Dubai that aren't in that sort of, that don't fit that PR image, and kind of had lots of images of the city in my mind, and they were quite sort of apocalyptic. And finally I thought, you know, I had to go there and see what the reality was, and face these images in reality and kind of try and make sense of them in a way, try and find a sort of narrative for myself where these images would fit. And it became a narrative of sort of longing and desire, you know, and I tried to sort of address the desire that we all have, you know, that leads us to build cities in a way, and then how that desire transforms over time. And, you know, you have a dream, but then when you build it, it might become a nightmare. I don't know, because I think if I knew that, maybe I could stop making them. But I think I would have something that usually a film for me starts with an image that I have to film. I have to, you know, there's something in my mind, I have to film that. And then I try and find a way to get to this image. And usually during the way of getting to this image, I discover a narrative of the film. And usually, you know, that's the way I like to work. Unfortunately, it's not the best, the most productive way to work, and it's not maybe it doesn't fit the industry of making films well, but I feel anything else would be dishonest in a way. Yeah, images, but by images I don't mean pictures necessarily. An image is more than a picture. It has layers of depth and emotion, and it's kind of let's say it's an emotion more like that I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to address a certain feeling that I have, and then, you know, to try and get that image that conveys that emotion. So yeah, but I don't usually start from a story. And, you know, in Mirage it's quite obvious, you know, that there isn't a story in a way that you know, the film started from. And it kind of, sometimes I feel that the film holds itself just by the power of the images, there isn't a sort of narrative that actually holds it together. Yes, most of the dialogue in the film that is there is quite flat. It's quite, and kind of purposefully so, you know, because any kind of affectation leads to sort of a psychology in the film that then makes you think about the character, whereas I didn't want people to watch the film and think about the character. I wanted them to think about the city, and even bigger than the city, I wanted them to think about the emotion that the city as, you know, a whole conveys. So, you know, a lot of sort of, well, most films in history of film, really, and especially in recent history, are films of psychology. They focus on the psychology of a particular person. I didn't want to do that, and even when there is a kind of a suggestion that the person is quirky and you want to sort of know more, the film doesn't allow you that. It sort of pushes you back and say, okay, no, this is not what the film is about. There is this person, but fine, leave them. It's about a bigger thing. It is about capitalism, yeah. I mean, it's about a capitalism as a sort of a feeling of an anxiety that it sort of, you know, it encapsulates, and, you know, it's in all of us, you know. So it definitely is in me, and this is something I tried to understand, and, you know, the feelings I had when I was in Dubai, you know, just riding that monorail, or you know, whatever I was filming in the desert and everywhere there, I had this feeling of a sort of an anxiety, and it's a similar feeling that I have in London. It's not you know, unique to Dubai in any way, But Dubai, the choice of Dubai was there because I thought it's a place that has an iconography, very obvious in a way, iconography of these feelings.